Gene Roddenberry's remains now drifting through space. You don't have to be a sci-fi fan or Star Trek fan for you to know that name. And in any case, one of the biggest names and most iconic in the genre. Along with actors from the show Star Trek and 70 other people are now on board the Peregrine lunar lander, and it's not looking so great. Hello, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in once again, and welcome back to Focus. So before I go any further, the most recent update to this story, because what I'm about to read to you is about 7 days old, forgive me. But the most recent update says that around 4 p.m. today, Eastern Time, to January 18th, re-entry is expected over the South Pacific, or a patch of the South Pacific. So I'd say if you're anywhere near around there, you should check it out. But in any case, Gene Roddenberry's remains now drifting through space. A lonely end. To boldly go. When Astrobotic Technologies' Peregrine lander launched into space earlier this week, the launch also contained the human remains of Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry, Star Trek actor James Doohan, and a bunch of other people slated for a final resting place among the stars. The Peregrine lander suffered catastrophic tech issues, and the human remains originally destined for the lunar surface are now careening through the vacuum of space. But the launch contained 2 sets of remains, and those belonging to Gene Roddenberry and Doohan were always intended to go beyond the Earth-Moon system, beyond the James Webb Telescope, and into interplanetary deep space. And they're now heading that way. Astrobotic, which was contracted by NASA to build the Peregrine, announced that it was no longer going to attempt a moon landing after the lander suffered a propellant leak and a valve issue. The whole thing is a bummer. If successful, the Peregrine would have been the first American lunar lander since the 1970s. Talk about a space case. The final update from Astrobotic is an exterior shot posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, showing capsules containing messages from children and adults and one of Peregrine's landing legs. This spacecraft, beside being the first attempted lunar American lander in decades, had a lot riding on it besides science experiments and human remains. It was also the first project out of NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Service program, in which the space agency contracts with commercial space companies. And that in itself is a whole other topic. Have you heard of Axiom? Anyway, needless to say, the failure of this mission puts a dampener on that initiative. It's certainly going to have some impact on our relationship and our ability to secure additional missions in the future, Astrobotic CEO John Thornton told CNN. It certainly wouldn't be the end of business, but it would certainly be challenging. At least one group may see the development as a bright spot. Officials from the Navajo Nation had protested against the launcher bringing the remains to the moon, calling the move blasphemous. Apologies to many indigenous cultures all over the world, not just themselves. But I digress once again. We view it as a part of our spiritual heritage, an object of reverence and respect, said Navajo Nation President Boo Nygren in a statement. The act of depositing human remains and other materials which could be perceived as discards in any other location on the moon is a tantamount to desecration of this sacred place. But like I said, Earth is amazing. It's always been a tradition, I should say, or it has always come to us, or in many walks of life, that we, how do I say this, respect our dead to many degrees, give them a proper send-off. I couldn't think of something better, but like I said, Earth is amazing, not just the places, not just the people, but what we're doing. Once again, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Focus. Stay tuned. Thanks for sticking around. Okay, so between the religious, ethical, and moral debates that could surround the whole idea, the whole concept of sending people's remains on spacecraft through space, or for them to find their final resting places on a new moon, planet, or even in a new solar system somewhere else far, far out there. Either way, I mean, it's still amazing, right? 70 people, or I think between 200, their remains are going to drift on into the cosmos, the emptiness, the vast nothingness, the abyss, for who knows how long. Or it might get caught in the sun's gravity and might burn up in there, or it might get caught up in another star's gravity and burn up in there. Either way, either one of these things could take, a few years or a few months. I'm not trying to be a pessimist, I'd rather be optimistic, but either way, it's just a reality. But the fact that many nations on the planet, many religions on the planet, might see this as a future problem. Many religions see it as the Navajo say, a desecration to a sacred site. Many others might see it as defiling a holy symbol. But where does it stop? If we start sending the remains of our dead, though beloved, though cherished, as famous as they are, as rich as they are, to the moon in little landers that are not going to dig up holes and bury them correctly, how much space is there going to be left? What's going to happen to I hate to say it like this, the other Gene Roddenberrys who might come through in the far, far future? Are they just going to shoot for another moon? Yes, Jupiter has, 70 plus or more. But how long would they stay there? I don't know. Yes, I know. But the point is, eventually, it will become a problem, not just for religious problems or religious debates behind it. I suppose not even the true ethics behind it. Morally, I won't even say it's an issue as well, but just sustainably, it's not viable. You keep sending landers up there. Eventually, there will be no space up there. And then what? What's going to happen? Some company's probably going to come up with some technology that's probably going to go around recycling, scrapping all of these lunar landers. Now, what's going to happen to the remains once again that are on board these landers that have not been properly put to rest? I mean, I really admire the idea of sending not just say our best and our brightest minds, our loved ones, our cherished family members, even pets. Yes, there is actually the remains of a dog on board as well. But being able to have their remains travel for what could be ever is a comforting thought, or could be a comforting thought. But since we're in the thoughts and facts section, I'm pretty sure it's a company, or two companies in fact, one named Celestis and Elysium Space, I believe, are the ones who were behind the collection, or who got paid. Yes, this wasn't just a free, message in a bottle, sign me up and just get sent up there. Many of these people paid for this mission to go ahead, or I suppose to be a part of this mission, to be a part of history, to say. Like I said, we make it pretty fast. And it would have been an honor, I suppose, especially for those first pioneers. The idea of their final resting place being space would comfort them, bring solace to their hearts. Either way you want to say it or you want to look at it. But it's almost an homage to the show itself, because if anyone ever watched it, or any kind of space program, or just so you can have an idea, any kind of naval program, ship at sea, wars, the way they dispose of their dead. They cast them off to sea, sometimes on a long boat, small boat, log boat, and they let them drift into, the abyss. And in Star Trek, they used to shoot them out in capsules, I think hermetically sealed, so that they would be preserved forever. And who knows, found by some alien race and revived. Well, that's just the storyline to one of the episodes anyway. But it's a fitting end to someone with such imagination, whose vision of the future, us being ourselves, curious, exploring in space, shaped our lives in many ways. Much of the technology we have was derived wholly and solely by fans who sat down and thought to themselves, I need to make this real, this has to be possible. And hey, we've got mobile phones now. Communicators. But anyway, I digress. Check out the next episode. Like I said from the beginning, today is actually the day the Peregrine Lander itself makes a re-entry back into Earth. And on that note, I'm gonna say what I think is the best thing I can say. Most people want their ashes to be spread across many places. They spread it up and they spread it apart, spread it between family members, and they ask them to go to all four corners of the globe. Gene Roddenberry, as well as, not Gene Roddenberry, but the remaining remains that are left on board the lunar lander Peregrine will burn up into the atmosphere, and those ashes will be spread throughout the stratosphere, the atmosphere. They will, if anything, fully be reabsorbed and reintegrated and reaccepted back into this wonderful, wonderful and amazing place we call Earth. People, come on. That Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Focus. As always, I like to say I keep it brief, but our history is pretty vast and we're making it pretty fast. And you know what? It's always so amazing and so exciting to talk about it, don't you think? I do. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of Focus. Take care of yourself and stay tuned. For links to the articles, check out the episode description. If you want to leave a comment, check out the trailer description for the email address. For topics like these and more, check out future episodes. Like I said, the world is an amazing place. There's a lot going on, and sometimes we just need to take a moment to focus.